In one of my previous videos, I told you guys that the reason I wanted to read this book is I was into a series, and that series sparked a question in my head, or more like I wanted to dive a bit deeper into this particular topic. And yeah, in this video I will be talking about that webtoon series.
Gue suka cerita. Cerita apa aja? Dari mana aja? Dalam bentuk apa aja? Kalian suka cerita juga? Then come right in, cause that's what turi kata oge is all about.
Hi! Welcome to Turi Kata Oge. How are you guys? It's been quite a long time since the last time I posted a video here, so I feel a bit awkward. I hope you guys are doing well. In case you're wondering, yes, I am trying to make this video fully in English, so please be prepared to bear with my questionable pronunciation and grammar, and hopefully I won't slip speaking in Bahasa Indonesia. And in this video, I will be talking about yet another webtoon, namely Eleceed. It is basically an ongoing action webcomic done as a collaborative work between two major legendary webtoon creators named Jeho or Jeho Son and ZHENA. Jeho is the one behind the story of Noblesse, and ZHENA is the one doing the artwork for Girls of the Wild. And another thing is that these two have their own studios backing them up, so you can probably already guess how big of a work this is. And I'm also letting you know that not only this manhwa has made me read The Four Loves by C.S. Lewis, it also pushed me to read Noblesse, since I am interested in seeing more of Son Jeho's storytelling style. No offense to Girls of the Wild, because if it's the artwork, I would just, look for it in Google Image. For the story of Eleceed, I do not want to give it out too much to you. I'll try to make this vague while also trying to convince you to enjoy it as much as I do. Before I continue, if you have read Eleceed and you want to discuss it with me, we can do that in the comment section, so feel free to leave a comment and give a spoiler warning and then ... so I can make sure that no people who haven't read Eleceed will get any spoiler. And yeah, so what's the story about? The story is set in a world quite similar to ours, primarily centering in South Korea. And in this world, there are people with special powers, and these special powers allow them to have special skill, unique skills or ability, which most people do not have. And I believe the normal people here in this world are not really familiar with it either. So that's how much I can give to you for now. And also there's this thing that quite intrigued me when I first found Eleceed. If you scroll through webtoon titles that are labeled action, you will see that it's quite easy to find titles that are rated 9.5 and above. Whereas if you scroll through the romance section or comedy, you can still find like 9.3, 9.2, 9.1, or even 8.9, But this one is rated 9.95. Like what? I believe it's the highest rated webtoon I've ever seen. And in case of you are wondering, in the Bahasa Indonesia version, it's rated 9.94. So it's freaking good. So knowing this, the question would be, how, right? What makes it so well loved? Well, I bet the main reason is that this manhwa showcases a species that most people on the internet love, you know. Well, jokes aside, I do believe this is mesmerizingly beautiful and adorable for numerous factors. So the first is, and let's just get this away, since I cannot talk about this that much, is the art style. As I mentioned, this is done by a studio, in fact 2 studios, right? And I believe ZHENA Studio is the one working on the artwork. So that means there are a lot of people who work behind this comic. Therefore, the drawing, the coloring, the background, everything is just top quality. But I do have to say though, I have a teeny tiny complaint. The eyes of the main character got altered quite a lot. I mean, like, they're fine before. I find it really unnecessary. They're perfect. They were just perfect. But I still love him anyway. And after saying that, let's talk about the story itself. Hi guys, just wanna hop on real quick and say a few things. First, despite everything I said in this video, I do acknowledge that this story is not perfect, since no work is perfect. You can find, of course, holes in it. There are indeed flaws. Secondly, this webcomic contains a lot of strong languages, so even though they are censored, I believe we all can already tell what are those words, and I do not recommend you to use that word in your day-to-day life. Thirdly, I do not justify by any means every actions that has been done by the characters here, even if it's done by the main characters. So please keep those things in mind. So for now, let's go back to the main video. So, as I've said, I have read Noblesse by Son Jeho, though I haven't finished it. I have read quite a number of chapters, so I might as well compare Eleceed a bit with Noblesse. So what's so special about the story? First, the plot and premise. The main premise, I find, is actually not really something new, but it definitely combines things that the readers would love and then takes them to a whole another level. So it's not like a spectacular story, I would say. As for me, the first time I read it, I was quite confused, and I believe it's because of the presumptions that I had about this manhwa. So that's my mistake. And I will say though that you might find the pacing in some chapters are a bit too slow, but just wait. I will recommend you to just push through, because for me personally, after reading a fair amount of chapters, I got hooked. And yeah, there's a huge chance that you will want to cherish every single chapter you read in this manhwa. Believe me. Seriously, I find every chapter to be precious, almost every chapter. The next thing is the systems that make sense. Here, we're going to learn about the powers, the special powers I mentioned earlier, and how those people who have them would develop that power. Not only that, we will learn also the socio-political system that looms in the background of the story, and we're going to learn that alongside our protagonist. In my journey of learning it, I find that the way the system is described and explained is quite realistic. It's not merely black and white. There's definitely gray areas, and by gray areas I do not mean morally gray. It's just that it's not that strict or stiff. Yeah, you'll know what I mean if you read it. And that's for the system. The next one, probably my favorite of all the factors, well not, I love all the factors here, is characters to root for. It's probably self-explanatory, you know. Here's the thing, I believe Son Jeho knows what kind of character traits that people would love, and yeah, he made them really, really well. Well, I do know there are people who are not really fond of the main character's trait, and I kind of understand, because at first I was also kind of like, okay, not bad, but not that good, not that great either. And well, yeah. Back to my recommendation earlier, just push through, because you will definitely find reasons to adore and respect these characters, not only the main characters. I love the side characters as well. I want to be with them, I want to befriend them, I want to be part of them, I need them in my life. I just love them so much. Thank you, Son Jeho, for creating such an amazing cast of characters. And the next one is the comedy. This manhwa does have hilarious comedies. If you have read Noblesse and then you read this, you will find Son Jeho's idea of what is funny, and there are definitely some similarities between Noblesse and Eleceed and the way the comedy was done, but of course it's different, and it still works. From the get-go, you will totally get bits of comedy, but in my personal experience, it took me quite a while to succumb to it, you know, and it is definitely due to my initial confusion. But after rereading it, I am just like, you know, lol, ROFL, LMAO, it's just laughter all the way. I really, really love it. And last but not least is the irresistible wholesomeness. Do you guys want to know a secret? Whenever I read a novel, comics, watching a movie, television series, or anime, whatever, I would look for couples that I could ship, and that would be something I look forward to and be the one of the reasons to keep me reading or watching, right? But while I'm reading it, screw that. Don't get me wrong, romance can totally be adorable and wholesome, but here, if there wasn't gonna be any romance in here, I'm not going to be mad. Seriously. But well, there's indeed a potential romance going on, and I'm saying that because I kind of see the author doing it, and I'm totally fine with it. I'm happy with it. But again, if there wasn't gonna be any romance, any couple here, not a big deal. I just love the relationships that characters in this comic have. I love their interactions. I love seeing them together. Just the tiny moments are just so precious. How? Chef's kiss. I don't know how to do that, but chef's kiss. It's adorable, it's wholesome, it's sublime, okay? Just trust me on this one. So that's what I could say about Eleceed, I guess. And well, you might also ask this question, right? What on earth connects Eleceed with The Four Loves by C.S. Lewis? I think I've answered it, and well, it's just on me basically. I was just astonished by it. Again, though the story is not really something new, we can totally find themes that are brought here, also brought by so many different other stories, but it's just beautiful in a whole another level. And of course, the four loves can be applied to just anything, anywhere, any story, since love is everywhere, you know. And it definitely did help me to better understand, I guess, the things that I wanted to know more about. But also keep in mind that The Four Loves is written by someone who has spent most of his life, or if not all of his life, in the Western world, whereas Noblesse and Eleceed is written by Jeho, a Korean. So there might be teeny tiny things that are done differently, but nevertheless, I'm thankful for both Eleceed and The Four Loves. So I guess that's what I can say for today about Eleceed. I might do another video about this beloved webcomic, but we'll see about that. And if you have read Eleceed, I keep trying to say Noblesse, oh man. If you have read Eleceed and you want more people to read it, enjoy it, feel free to share this video to others. And if you would like this video to be watched by more people, to be found by more people, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And I guess that's it for today. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you guys have a nice day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!